Naseem Hamed is back in London looking to create some of the magic of his early career tonight. He enjoyed some of his biggest successes on his climb to the top. And that is the sort of performance he has vowed to produce tonight to prove that he is still unquestionably the best featherweight in the world. But first time out at featherweight, could Vuyani Bungu upset that plan? Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived for our main event. Please welcome to the ring the challenger, Vuyani Bungu.
Vuyani Bungu will be led into the ring by a South African praise singer used by former President Nelson Mandela. The gentleman's name is Vuyani Bungu. And what he's doing here, I'm told, is calling on the spirits of Bungu's ancestors to give him strength and inspiration for the battle ahead. This isn't a bad rivalry entrance to Naz, is it?
Well, it's something different, and obviously, he's going to say things to Bungu all the time, and that's going to be inspiring Bungu, and you're making him strong. So that's the idea, and also take a little of the effect of what Naz is going to do.
He's also going to be in the ring right up until the time when Naseem Hamed eventually arrives there. It's quite a performance, isn't it?
Oh, well, he's calling on the ancestors. I hope they could fight.
He could get Michael Buffer's job at this rate as the MC. And there's Vuyani Bungu, who's battered his way out of abject poverty in South Africa to become a world champion at super-bantamweight, and now prepares to fight Naz.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring, the defending champion, the royalty of boxing, Prince Naseem Hamed.
And this, we are told, will be Prince Naseem Hamed's last big production ring entrance via magic carpet, would you believe? To the Arabian Nights, isn't it?
Well, it's certainly a good effect. I'm sure he's enjoying it. He's come in every other way. He's been in on cars and all sorts of things. He's been carried in.
Well, people have their own opinions of these showbiz ring entrances, but you have to say, looking around here, the crowd seem to love it. But the question is, of course, in the ring, has the magic gone?
Well, that's what he's going to try and prove. He's going to try and show that it's still there, that he's still got the fire, the punch power, that everything, he still wants it in the game. And he says he will this time, but he needs to. He just hasn't performed well in the last 3 fights, so he needs a special performance.
Well, it was a happy landing that time, but there are some who feel that Naz could come crashing down to earth in his first London appearance for 3 years. Give him credit, he's reign since 1995. 13 title defenses now, but he does know and accepts now that the last 3 performances have been very flawed. He needs to shine here, and to answer the critics who are wondering if he's on the slide, if he, as a young multi-millionaire with a young family, is in the comfort zone. And answer those two who say he might be getting bored with the business.
Well, that's always a problem when you just get to the point where you've done it all, and you know, he has done it all. He's had a tremendous career, he's tremendously talented. He's done it all. Has he got to the point where, you know, he's woke up and he just doesn't want it anymore? It's all a struggle to him.
Bodyguards surrounding him as people in the crowd try to reach out and touch him as if he's some kind of god. Well, is it the last time that we'll see this, I wonder?
Right now!
The Bungu crowd and the camp threatened to walk out if Naz protracted that ring entrance too long. They haven't done that. It didn't go on too long, did it?
No, it didn't take that long.
Tail of the tape now as we get down to the boxing tonight, and it's a dangerous fight this for Naseem Hamed. Bungu is 7 years older now at 33 and hasn't fought for a year. That might be important. He's taller and he has a reach advantage. That could be significant too. Naseem Hamed right on the limit. The scales were flickering about a bit, I'd have to say. Bungu comfortably inside, as you'd expect. He used to be a world super-bantamweight champion. That's one weight down from this. Bungu made his professional debut 13 years ago, Hamed 8 years ago. Bungu's only had 6 more fights though, boxed twice as many rounds, but Hamed with that remarkable knockout percentage, 87%. They've both had 14 world title fights, they've both made 13 defenses, they're both pretty used to going the 12-round route, though Bungu has completed it 15 times. There's been a lot of money for Bungu this week. He's now as short as 7-2 to win this fight. Hamed was 6-1 on at one stage, and the draw is 33-1 as we join MC Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Hearn and Prince Promotions in association with Golden Fist and Cedric Kushner Promotions present 12 rounds of boxing for the featherweight championship of the world. Sanctioned by the WBO President Francisco Barcarcel, Supervisor ringside, Hall of Famer and former light heavyweight champion of the world, Jose Torres, and sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, President Leonard Nippery. Timekeeper for this bout, Ray Rice. The 3 judges at ringside scoring this contest on the 10-point must system will be Henk Adrianze from Holland, Dave Harris from England, and Jose Roberto Torres from Puerto Rico. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, working in the 128th time in a title bout, Joe Cortez from the United States. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Grand Hall Olympia, London, England, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white and weighing in at 8 stone, 13½ pounds, or 125½ pounds. His professional record, an outstanding one, stands at 37 victories, including 19 by knockout, with only 2 losses, and in world title bouts, he is undefeated with 14 victories. From East London, South Africa, ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, the former undefeated super-bantamweight champion of the world, Vuyani the Beast Bungu. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of the opposite corner, the blue corner, who at this time would like to say something in the microphone.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Introducing, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing leopard with Adidas trim, weighing 9 stone or 126 pounds. His professional record is a perfect one, consisting of 33 bouts, 33 victories, including 29 by knockout, and he is considered by many among the best pound for pound in the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, from Sheffield, England, presenting member of the British Empire, the reigning and defending, undefeated WBO featherweight champion of the world, Prince Naseem Hamed.
We are all set to go here. A celebrity sprinkled audience. I'm afraid I can't give you any translation at all of the pre-fight words.
We went over the rules in the
champion.
dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all time. Now, seeing these trunks are a little high. Yours are a little high also. Give me a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all time. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Understand? Touch them up.
Very experienced referee. What will Naseem Hamed produce this time? He says he knows that the critics are saying, when is Naz going to shine again? Well, he says, watch tonight. Let's see. Vuyani Bungu says that he's fought Hamed in his head for 3 years now, and every time he wins because he knows the right strategy. Let's see if he can do that. He's moving up a weight. Can he cope with Hamed's power? That is always a big question in any Naseem Hamed fight, though his recent ones have been going long distance. Needs something spectacular again here. Needs to rediscover what the Americans call the thriller chiller days.
Well, Hamed likes to let his opponents feel the power very early on, just to let them know what they're in with. So you'll look for him to try and get some big punches on as quick as he can.
Bungu usually keeps up a very high work rate. He's a good defensive fighter and likes to work the body on the inside. You feel that the southpaw jab might be a vital weapon for Hamed, and his hand speed as well. For Bungu to do his effective work, he's got to get in close enough. And in doing so, what risks will he take?
Well, with Bungu's style, it's a crouching style. You've got to look for Hamed to start bringing the uppercut into the fight. He has a very good one. Look for that.
Sharp right hand. Caught Bungu off balance, and another left hand as well. And Bungu looked a bit hurt by that. Covered up on the far side. Then the body punch from Hamed, who's working well on the outside and then getting away again. Big left to the body too. Bungu's in a spot of bother in this opening round. Definitely feeling the weight of these punches. Now he's moved up into the featherweight division with one of the biggest punches in that division. It's a good start, this, by Hamed. Big chance of Naseem ringing around Olympia. There's an answer for those who think that people only turn up in the hope of seeing him beaten. He has lots of fans too, particularly among the younger generation.
Well, he's doing well, Hamed, just using that jab, just trying to keep Bungu at bay and also take the eye if Bungu can come back with his bigger punches.
It's a good left hand to the body again from Hamed. Bungu's not noted for his power, he is noted for his ring craftsmanship and work rate. So far, Hamed hasn't led him into the fight. It's a big right hand from Bungu, though. In close. Hamed leaving himself a little bit open. It comes back with a good right of his own there. The right hand to the head, the only success early on for Bungu.
Bungu will be looking just to get through the early rounds, and he got through that one with his forward, a couple of good punches.
Hamed sharp in his own unconventional, intuitive way. Oscar Suarez, the Puerto Rican, doing the main job in the corner at the moment. He did wonder, they even said they might alternate. Emmanuel Stewart, the world-renowned man from the Drop Gym in Detroit, and the little-known Suarez. I wonder if that'll happen. That would be a bit of a nonsense, really, wouldn't it?
It really would. He's got to keep concentration with the same man, and you'd probably look for Oscar Suarez to be doing most of the stuff in there. Good little punch just as he was coming forward. Bungu just rocked him off balance a little bit, and then Bungu come back with a good right hand, which Hamed is always open to. You know, he's always open. His defense is poor when he's in close, so he can always be caught by a counter like that.
Second round coming up on what is an atmospheric London fight night, and no doubt about it. Here's the second. Hamed, you don't need the identification, really, do you? 26 years of age now. Bungu at 33. Body shots from Hamed, effective. Thumping in these sharp-looking blows in towards Bungu's ribcage. Bungu, who beat Kennedy McKinney twice and Danny Romero, top-class fighters during his super-bantamweight days. His pedigree, you can't question it.
Well, he's just going to try and keep them hands and get busy, get into the fight. He needs to get in the middle and late stages, you know, for Hamed to stop making mistakes.
Hamed just looking to dismantle his man bit by bit with these heavy blows from the outside. Bungu just starting to edge closer. For Bungu to win this fight, you feel he'd have to outpoint Naseem Hamed. Well, no sign of him able to do that at the moment, Glenn.
There's not. He hasn't really got his full rhythm going. He'll just get better and better as he goes along, Bungu. He's got a good rhythm when he gets going. Still hasn't really found that yet. Difficult to get close to Hamed because obviously he's constantly moving, constantly looking to pick out little jabs and throw shots.
It's just slick boxing so far from Hamed. Strange sort of limbo dancing way of his, for want of a better description.
It's good concentration from Hamed at the moment, and you know, when he wants to, he can be a superb technician and really, you know, box very well behind that jab,
as he did against Paul Ingle for 7 rounds, and then just rather ran out of stamina before finding the knockout punch like a champion to win it. And Bungu taking some heavy shots here. The craftsman is being outboxed by Hamed at the moment.
He really is picking these shots well. He's worked a lot to the body, Hamed, and Bungu's supposed to be the good body puncher, but Hamed really digging these punches in, weakening him, trying to bring the hands down so he can start bringing punches to the head.
Good right hand from Bungu. A little smile on the face of Hamed said something to Bungu there. Who has to show he still has the appetite and desire now that he has all this money in the bank. Some say 17 million pounds. 2 rounds gone, and both, I think, beyond dispute to the champion then.
Yes, very definitely. Bungu just can't get close enough, can't get the punches on that he wants.
And now Emmanuel Stewart is getting in and doing the talking, so they're going to have Oscar Suarez 1 round, Emmanuel Stewart the next round.
Well, that's very, very strange. And, you know, you've got different people saying different things. I'm sure they've got a fight plan, so it's not that different. But you know, that's constantly just changing. You know, what you're looking at. It's difficult for you to concentrate when that's happening.
Well, they are trying to smooth it over, and they say they're all giving the same message. They know what they want him to do: shorten the punches, have better balance. And you'd have to say whatever they're doing in there, and it is very unconventional, is working at the moment.
Round 3.
Yes, it's working. It's working very well. Naz has looked very good in the last 2 rounds. Picked his punches well. Good work to the body.
Here's the 3rd round. Between the rounds, Paddy Byrne, the cut man for Bungu, was doing some work on his left eye. I don't see a cut at the moment, but maybe there's just signs of problems there. Good right uppercut from Hamed. His hand speed really troubling Vuyani Bungu at the moment.
Well, it's a combination of the hand speed and the movement which gives opponents so much trouble. You know, they can't get close enough to get their punches on. He's always in distance, out of range. You know, he really is very difficult.
There is a small cut developing by that left eye of Bungu. Bungu, who grew up in the shanty town near East London in South Africa, trying to climax his career in West London, England. But at the moment, it's looking a very, very big job for him. He just can't get going at all, and Hamed isn't allowing him to.
Hamed just upsetting his concentration, using that jab. Bungu can't get set for punches. Now when he does get in range, Hamed hits him with good body punches.
Hooks and crosses from the southpaw stance, and then that one to the body from Hamed. You'd have to say at the moment he looks razor sharp, Hamed, here, doesn't he?
Very, very sharp. The concentration is very good. Really looks like he means business. You know, but he's been careful. He's not committing himself too much. Just trying to take Bungu apart, punch by punch.
Bungu has been put on the floor in the past, but it was all a long time ago against Francie Badenhorst and by Freddie Norwood. He's unbeaten in 8 years. Can Hamed keep this going? He has to maintain his concentration. Big left hand. Bungu covering up again and looking a bit open as he staggered back against the ropes. Listen to the crowd here, getting very animated. So far, so very good from the Prince. Really is the Prince against the pauper as well, because Bungu's first ever purse was 34 rand. At current values, that's about £3.50. He's earning a little more than that tonight. Well, he looks like he's enjoying himself, and it's Oscar Suarez's turn again to do the chatting.
What trainer? Well, I mean, he should be enjoying himself because he is doing a very good performance, doing everything right, slowly, just hitting Bungu with more shots. Bungu just can't get in the fight, and if, you know, unless he can do something different, you've got to look and see, you know, what has he got to get in the fight. You know, Hamed's skills, the jabs, keeping him at bay, and then he's hitting with these big punches, and then as soon as they're in close, he's getting good body shots on.
You'd never think, would you, that Bungu on paper has a reach advantage here?
Well, he's crouching too far down. Very rarely is he getting through with anything, and he's losing his height and his reach.
62 to 29 landed.
Seconds out, round 4.
In favour of Hamed. Tells the story of a fight so far in which the champion has won every round.
Wipe the water, wipe the water.
Such a contrast to the terrible maul and bore and foul-filled fight against Cesar Soto in Detroit. A fight in which Hamed could easily have been disqualified. But that was was largely a question of the styles not gelling on the night, I felt.
Bungu somehow has to try and get close enough to start landing punches, to start getting some points. And, you know, he's finding it very difficult to get close to Naz and land anything.
The question that arises is, can Naseem Hamed stop Vuyani Bungu? No one else has ever done it. Classy little combinations from Hamed.
He just changes the tempo well, Hamed. You know, he doesn't put a lot of power in some of the shots, and then, you know, when he gets in the right position, really plants his legs and, you know, bangs them in hard.
Oh, and a big left hand puts Bungu on the floor in the 4th round, and I'm not sure he'll get up from that. It was an absolutely lethal shot, and he's not made it. It's over, and Prince Naseem Hamed answers all his critics with a blisteringly brilliant performance here, and becomes the first ever man to stop Vuyani Bungu in his long career. That was punch perfect.
Well, there's nothing you can really say wrong with that. He did everything right, picked the right punch to finish it. That was a perfect left hand, really was. And Bungu still in difficulty. I mean, he really felt that shot, and that was, as you see, that was punch perfect.
Well, he turned back the clock there, Naseem Hamed, to the days when he was blasting out opponents every time he got in the ring. There have been so many problems, and it's a big triumph too, I must say, for the training team behind him as well.
Well, I think for the whole team, everything in general, it just all worked right. You know, he really picked the punches well. He looked so calm, you know, so concentrated. You did it really, really well. You know, just hitting them with little punches, trying to take the eye, and then all of a sudden he up it, put a bit more power in, and you know, that's when he did that, Bungu couldn't take the power.
Vuyani Bungu was never, ever in that contest, and he's a man who's been operating at world level now for years and years and years, and that's the punch that ended it, the left hand, and he was never going to make it, was he? He was never going to get up.
It was just a straight left hand, just as Bungu was coming forward, hit him right on the chin, and he was never had any chance.
Even in the Naseem Hamed catalogue of knockout punches, this one I think would rate pretty highly. He picked the punch right through the middle with the left hand. Look at that, bang! All over.
Well, I think he's pleased a lot of people. I think the American fans and fight people over there will have seen a very different Naseem Hamed, and you know, they'll have thought that was a bit special.
And I tell you what, it sets up the possible showdown, doesn't it, with Eric Morales, the WBC super-bantamweight champion, who had that fantastic fight, controversial one too, with Marco Antonio Barrera. They're talking about that for August, and as an audition for that fight, it couldn't have been better. The American audience will have seen that and they'll say, come on, let's get it on. And I think they'll all be talking about that fight at the negotiating table in the next few hours, because that was an electrifying performance by Naseem Hamed. Tonight, he was right back to his very best.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to an end as referee Joe Cortez reaches the count of 10. The official time, 1 minute, 38 seconds of round number 4. The winner, and still the reigning, undefeated WBO featherweight champion of the world, the pride of Sheffield, England, Prince Naseem Hamed.
His 14th defence then, and surely one of the most satisfying. He loves it, doesn't he? How good was he, Jim?
Well, he made a world-class fighter look completely ordinary. That was a first-class, never put a foot wrong, everything he did was perfect. The finish was perfect, just didn't allow Bungu to get started. And that's the performance we've been waiting for 2 years. That's it, we do it at top level. He's done it at top level tonight, we couldn't have done it any better. Perfect night's work.
Seemed to love his work too, Barry.
Yeah, well, what he wanted to do was he wanted to get his boxing back together again, and that's what he done tonight. He only needs half the power, this guy. If he hits these guys with any sort of punch at all, and you know that's why he shouldn't go looking to throw big four-penny punches and jackpot punches every time. Everything worked off the jab tonight. He was clever. He kept Vuyani Bungu off balance. He nailed him with the jab, and then he followed up quickly with fast combination punches, fast, accurate, well-delivered punches, and that's the way he finished the fight. And all he needs, as I said before, all he needs to do is to hit these guys with half the power, and he can take them out. And you know, he's just basking in the glory there, and he deserves it. He's back to his old formidable self. We talked about that before, and he's back with a vengeance.
Well, he's going the same way, Vuyani Bungu, that so many have gone before him. All the preparation in the world, and all the belief in the world, and they were so confident. It's the old equaliser, Jim. The power of Naseem Hamed, however well your opponent prepares, makes the difference.
Yeah, but the thing wasn't just the power tonight, because what a professional job he was doing. His boxing was never so tight and so controlled for a long time as it was tonight. It wasn't just the power. I mean, it wasn't a competitive fight that Naz turned around with one hit. I mean, Bungu never got started. He was never allowed to do anything. He landed a couple of punches, but Naz was always had him perfectly in range, perfectly in his sights, and just did a real professional job on it. So he has the power when he needs it, but thankfully he has his wonderful boxing skills back again. He did the job properly, and he's obviously prepared properly, and he executed the job tonight perfectly.
You just wonder, Barry, what was at issue behind the scenes over the last 3 or 4 performances. Not just the managerial disputes, not just the promotional hassles, but he was not focused in preparation as he obviously was tonight.
Well, I know Emmanuel Stewart said he should have come to the Pocono Mountains to get ready for this. And he said, no, I want to be at home, I want to be more comfortable, I want to train out where, you know, it's not a long way away and it's not a time change. And he was right. He trained out in the Canary Islands, he prepared properly. It's the same time zone, maybe an hour or two of a difference. And he was ready for it. And what he looked like tonight is he looked like he'd got his boxing back together, and that's the most important issue. I haven't seen a performance like this since he fought Badeo. He used his jab, Jose Badeo, a couple of years ago. He boxed brilliantly, used his jab, worked off the jab, landed combinations. Again, never landed a punch on him. And you know, Bungu maybe landed half a dozen punches on him tonight, but they just weren't able to connect or land properly. Couldn't figure him out. As you say, all the preparation in the world doesn't prepare you for someone like Naseem Hamed. He fights off the most unusual angles, and he's got the most incredible balance, and he can deliver power from the most unusual angles and knock you flat out. You know? And that's what he done tonight. Straight shot right through the middle. That was it. Good night, Vienna.
And now I think we're preparing for another of our great traditional features on these evenings. Naseem Hamed meets Ian Darke.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul. Well done, Naz. How good did that feel? Right back to your best.
Well, you know, I've heard all the critics say all this stuff and that about when is Naz gonna box to his best? When is that invincibility gonna come back? Well, you've seen a world-class athlete in there, a guy that won a world title, defended it 13 times, 8 years as a world champion. Nobody'd ever done that to him, put him down or took him out. Man, he got stretched tonight. Now, all I'm saying is, yes, I am back to my best. I trained hard, very hard, trained my heart out. Oscar Suarez trained me like a lion. Manny Studio was there. Everybody's criticizing, is there a problem with the camp? Manny this and Manny that and Oscar this. Well, there's no problem. You see me get in there, deal with the situation, and took him out. What have you got to say now? Come on, I've got to know what Barry McGuigan wants to say. Barry McGuigan, all of them. Now, come on. We watched Morales and we watched all of them guys. Now, come on. They're watching me now on HBO.
Do you think that was the best performance of your career?
Well, I said before the weigh-in, you know, before the press conferences, this is going to be my best performance in my career. Now that was a stunning knockout.
Did you feel the pressure after all the critics that you mentioned, the pressure to shine tonight?
I don't even feel pressure. I don't smell pressure. I don't know nothing about pressure. The world could be on my shoulders and there'd be nothing wrong with me. I'll carry the world on my shoulders. I ain't got no pressure whatsoever. All I know is I'm in the hands of Allah. I'm in the hands of Allah. Once I'm in the hands of Allah, there ain't nothing going wrong with my career.
You were breaking new ground in that corner tonight. You had Oscar Suarez doing the talking one round, then Emmanuel Stewart the next round, but it worked.
Did it work out? Yeah, I mean, check the actual advice in the corner I got off Oscar was brilliant. The advice I got off Manet was brilliant. I did exactly what they told me to do. I just took my time and I took him out. Look at the 4th round. Nobody has him in trouble like that. Bungu in the 4th round. Nah,
it's never been stopped before, in fact.
Come on now. I want Mr. Dog. I'm not going to call you killer anymore because I've got no respect for you tonight.
Thank you.
I've always got respect for you, but tonight, this is how I'm going to treat it. I want everybody, right, to say what they said about Bungu before the fight. What a credible opponent. He's picked a very great guy. He's picked a very good, consistent fighter, world champion. I mean, 8 years running. Now, what have they got to say? Come on, give it up for the Prince, give it up.
I think what they've got to say, I think now, Naz, is they'd like to see you fight Eric Morales this August. Is it going to happen?
I'd love to fight Eric Morales. You see me now? I'm learning and learning more, and you can see it now in the ring. You can see, I mean, when was the last time you see me throw body shots like that and take my time and then take somebody out with a straight left hand, clean, cold, stretch, getting somebody's hair, back of their hair, dirty?
What do you think the secret is? Because it seems to have taken you time to resettle after leaving the Sheffield camp with a new setup. Do you think now you're through that transition phase and moving on to a different level again?
I think I'm through that, but you know, I've still got a lot to learn. I've still got a lot to settle more. Oscar Suarez hasn't finished training me in the slightest in what he's got to teach me. I've got loads of stuff more to learn. Manny Stewart's got loads more to teach me, and I'm prepared to learn. That's the best thing about me. I'm willing to learn. But I want to say a big happy birthday to Omara. She's so beautiful. And Eid Mubarak to everybody who's out there who's a Muslim. What can I say? And I want to thank my trainer, Oscar Suarez, for doing such a job on me in Tenerife, the altitude training. Manny Stewart, my brother Nabil, the whole of the camp, Maxi Muscle, Adidas, respect. I want to tell all the kids out there that who's going to start wearing Adidas, feel the force.
Well done tonight, Naz, and good to see you right back to your best. Well done.
Thank you very much, Ian.
And Eid Mubarak! Eid Mubarak!
I wouldn't say Ian cut him off there, but it could have continued for several hours, I think. Quite entitled to enjoy his moment of glory. It must be a wonderful feeling for him because he has been through the mill with the critics and he's enjoyed proving all the critics wrong.